What's up? I'm Coach Ryan Family from VIPAR. Today I want to give you a way to use a super easy fasting strategy to help you drop body fat. Now, if you're like me, you loathe counting calories. I hate logging in, tracking, looking up how much something is, weighing, measuring, etc. Now, sometimes that needs to be done to get to extreme levels of leanness, but if you're just looking to drop body fat, an overall mindfulness regarding your nutrition is going to go a long way. Intermittent fasting, there's nothing magical about it. A lot of people are claiming that it's the magic bullet for fat loss. It's not magical, but it is a good way to help you eat fewer calories. So I'm going to tell you basically today a simple way to incorporate it in order to drive fat loss for a given period of time. So first things first, you have to understand what your maintenance calories are, or your maintenance intake is. Again, you don't have to track your calories, but you need to have a ballpark of what you eat every day and what that takes to maintain your body weight. Odds are good, however you're eating right now is maintenance because you're looking at this video for how to drop body fat. So take whatever calorie level or whatever food intake has you just solid on the scale, keeping the same average body weight each week. For me personally right now, in the morning I have a few cups of egg whites with oatmeal and a bunch of fruit. Then lunch is typically some type of poultry with a salad and potatoes. Then I'll have an intra-workout shake that I know the protein and carbs for that. And then dinner is steak, rice, and another salad. So that, and I know the approximate amounts. Again, you don't have to get out a scale and measure everything or get super neurotic about it. But that, along with 1 to 2 kind of more fun meals per week. Sometimes on the weekend I'll have pizza and ice cream or a burger and fries. Nothing out of the ordinary, nothing crazy high calorie where I'm stuffing my face, but just a meal of different non-dieting foods. So I know for a fact that intake right there keeps me at my exact body weight where I am. And for me right now, that's around 4,000 calories a day. So that's maintenance. So in a week's time, I'm looking at 28,000 calories, okay? So that keeps my body weight stable. So now if I want to introduce a deficit, it's pretty simple. I'm just going to introduce 1 fasting day per week. So all that means is on a Monday night, I'll eat my dinner, my steak, rice, and salad, and then I won't eat again until dinner Tuesday night. So it's around 24 hours, 23 or 24 hours fast. So around 24 hours. During that time, I'll have coffee, I'll have tea, I'll have water, all right? And those are things that do not break the fast, from a caloric standpoint anyways. And so I'll just go 1 day without food. The next day, when it's time to eat that dinner, I'll just have the same size dinner, again, steak, rice, and salad, that I normally have for my nutrition. And then I go about the rest of the week the way it is. When you do that, you're creating essentially almost a 4,000 calorie weekly deficit, okay? So that alone, that 1 day, is gonna get me dropping body weight on the scale. So I'm gonna do that until it no longer works anymore. Everyone's metabolism is adaptable, which means the deeper you are in a calorie deficit, or the longer you're in a deficit, or the more weight you've lost, your metabolism is going to slow a little bit. So that 1 day a week fasting is going to work great for me. And I can tell you historically, that will get me around 8 to 10 weeks of continued fat loss without tracking anything, without changing anything else in my diet. Once that stalls out, pretty simple. You just add 1 more day of 24-hour fasting to your week. It's important that it's on non-consecutive days, so maybe a Monday, Thursday. You wouldn't want to do Monday and Tuesday back to back. You could, but you're going to get cranky and irritable, and your gym performance is likely going to suffer. So I would do like a Monday and a Thursday. And on those days, I'm not training with weights. Those are days I'll do some light steady state aerobic work. I don't do intervals or weight training or anything like that. A lot of walking and just trying to stay moving in general. So then that's up to 2 fasting days per week, basically looking at around an 8,000 calorie deficit per week. So that 2 days a week will then spark fat loss for another given period of time. Again, for me, around 10 weeks or so. So now we're looking at 15 to 20 total weeks of continuous fat loss without ever tracking a single calorie or weighing a single bite of food. Now the key, this is the whole key of the whole thing. You can't increase your calories or overeat on the eating days once you start fasting. You have to stick to the same portion sizes that you had before when you were on your maintenance plan, okay? So it's very, very easy to slide in extra food, bigger portions, more junk food. If you normally have 1 treat meal per week, to have 2 or 3, make excuses, self-justify, but you have to be honest with yourself to do this method, okay? You can't allow more food. You gotta stick with your normal portion sizes. And that's really it. I would not probably, you can go more than 2 days with the 24-hour fast. You could do 3 days in a week if you really had to. I haven't known anyone yet that actually needs it. And I'm gonna argue that if you do that, your gym performance is likely gonna suffer a little bit. So I wouldn't recommend that. I think no more than 2 fasting days per week. Take your time getting there. Allow yourself 4 to 5 weeks to figure out what your maintenance intake is, and then start your 1 day a week fasting, and do that till it doesn't work anymore. How do you know when it doesn't work anymore? The scale stops budging. And when we're talking about the scale, I always look at average weekly body weight. So weigh yourself daily or even 3 times a week, whatever, and take the average. We never want to look at 1 day to the next, because your body's always in a state of fluctuation from a hydration standpoint, muscle glycogen storage, inflammation, all those things. Stress can impact the scale. So that's why we look at weekly averages. As long as your weekly average is ticking down a little bit by about 0.5% to 1% of your body weight per week. So a 200-pound guy, we're looking at 1 to 2 pounds per week. Then you can keep going with just the 1 day of fasting. Only when it stalls out for 2 weeks in a row where you've been compliant do you add that 2nd day. And that is how you can get a lot leaner without ever busting out a food scale, without ever tracking your calories or logging into MyFitnessPal. Just good, smart, intuitive eating. Little bit of weekly restriction, but nothing over the top, all right? I'm Coach Ryan Family from the VIPAR Pit. If you like this video, please hit subscribe below. I'll catch you next time.